Yes. It goes back to 1925 as well.
Canadians here that represent the creative industry. So I look after theater, literature, and fashion. So this is Curtis Owen. I'd like to introduce
Hello, how are you? Very nice to meet you. Are these your pieces here?
These are my pieces.
Fantastic.
These are from my most recent collection that is presented at Somerset House.
Right.
The collection is called Delicate Tissue, and it it's referencing that delicate relationship.
That's beautiful, and then some of these pieces as well.
Yeah, the one artists working on different things.
Yeah, so it's very interesting to represent it.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
Good to meet you, Stephanie.
Olivia.
Nice to meet you. Thank you all for being here today. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what you do specifically?
Sure, I'm a jazz singer.
Well.
I just grew up, my dad's a jazz musician, so I grew up sort of denying the fact that I wanted to be until the day that I realized I couldn't do it any longer. Yeah. So I moved to about 6 years ago, which is super sad.
Wow, how's it been going?
It's hard, but good, I think. I'm making progress.
Good. That's fantastic.
I'm from the Royal Ballet, so it's, I'm getting a little bit of everything.
Yes, exactly.
But my parents were ballet dancers, so that's how I kind of started.
Wow.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
That's incredible.
I'm a student at UAL from doing Masters in Public Relations.
Wow.
Yeah.
Colder.
I know. Like, this is warm for me. I'm like, oh, so nice.
They say people in the UK always talk about the weather, and you go, just go to
No,
Canada.
just go to Canada. It's fine, guys.
Yeah, we talk about the weather all the time in Canada.
No, I love the weather.
Yes, no kidding.
Yeah, so I
That's
definitely
great.
had a change of weather. So
Yes.
I moved to
And we celebrated that. Or we did another collection called Freaky Friday, where we, like a daughter and a grandmother, swap bodies. Because when we on a Friday night, yeah, you know, like you can find
Have we got time for you to ask that question? Especially in the music direction. This is because it's just an open exposure. Because Instagram is like everyone needs to be perfect, or everyone else's life is perfect.
Hello. Hi there. This is Jennifer Beckerman. She's a director in our executive office. Working very closely with your teams to organize. Jennifer is going to introduce you to some great Canadian young professionals. Why don't you go and have a seat in there?
Hi, everybody. I'll do the rounds this way then. Nice to meet you, Julia. Nice to meet you, Catherine.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Matt.
Nice to meet you. You're from Toronto, or split out?
And we're going to take a seat. We'll have Canadians here in the UK. And
What do you think that they are?
Just that we're really friendly. But that's a good stereotype.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Right.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
we were also talking about that.
Yeah.
There it is. Some of the tells in language that sort of are dead giveaways, I would say. And now multiple, we're also here from different time periods. So, 10 years to 3 years, which I'm sure you're also adjusting.
Yes, well, I was in Canada for the past 7 years before I moved here, so of course it's an adjustment. How long have you been here?
9 years.
9 years.
Going on 3 years.
Almost 5.
Oh, good.
You guys downstairs are saying there's so many more opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, that's everyone always immediately says yes. No,
It's because we're so
is there really that much of a lack in Canada, or is there just more here?
I think in my sector, I work in the development bank, and I think it's a sector that's emerging in Canada, but it's something that the UK has been doing for a long time. So I think, working in human rights and environment is something that there are a lot more opportunities in the UK right now. I hope that over time Canada will be developing that more, but certainly from a work perspective, for me, it was really great to be able to move here.
Working in an investment bank, it's both the scale of what London and the UK offer, and also the diversity is something that's really striking, right?
When we celebrate it as well.
Right? So, and that's even in contrast. I worked in New York for a number of years.
We didn't even touch that. That was very on message.
Canada's becoming globally becoming more recognised. Really so country as well.
Exactly. Actually, one of the other investors that we is from the startup sector. The scale of companies here, Aaron works in law, Julian works at McKinsey, but they both came from
the French. The French. Totally French Canadian.
Do you miss Montreal? So we're going to meet some researcher academic types here. I'll start here. This is Cameron Branston. He's a commercial officer from the province of Alberta.
Nice to meet you,
Duchess, and the Duke of Sussex.
Pleasure to meet you, Rohan.
So, Cameron, take it away.
Royal Highnesses, can I introduce Gleam Power and Mackenzie. Hi.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mackenzie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
They're both Rhodes Scholars and studying at the university, and an economic burden of over $12 billion annually. As a result, it has become a national priority for ministries of health across sub-Saharan Africa. The traditional ways of helping to reduce the burden and eliminate malaria include bed nets, antimalarials, and insecticide sprays. But a new front is emerging in the research world, focusing on how you can use healthcare data to help target malaria more effectively. And that's the type of work that we do at the Oxford University Big Data Institute. I'm doing my PhD there with the malaria team. And essentially, the way it works is we collaborate with ministries of health in each country to collect the data that they have in their hospitals, their health centers, and with their community health workers to combating this disease. And so it's really sort of a cutting edge space right now that's really focused on how to be most effective in understanding the spread of these infectious illnesses.
I remember reading an article, must have been last year, about how the nets specifically with the pesticides on them, people in small villages in sub-Saharan Africa were then using them for fishing,
Yeah.
right? And then it was contaminating the waters and the water streams, and the fish were dying. I mean, you could just see one residual effect after the other, so it's amazing to have a different approach to it.
Absolutely, and it's like it underscores how important working with communities is from a knowledge translation perspective, because you don't want bed nets used like that, and that requires local communities to work with. The highest burden would be reds and yellows, and then blues means it's being reduced. So malaria is kind of a success story in terms of the burden has been decreasing. It's very significantly over 50%, but last year was actually the first year, I believe, in recent memory where it increased, and so there's a lot of work to do.
Okay, we're going to meet some folks here who are all in the entrepreneur. How are you? This is Megan Wood, who's a trade commissioner in the Queensland space. So Megan will introduce you to some of our great entrepreneurs who are.
Let's go on over here. Fantastic entrepreneurs and startups representing the Canadian startup community.
Great.
And I'd love to introduce you to Ashley. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Claire. Hi, Michelle. Nice to meet you. Hi.
What's your name?
Jillian.
Good to meet you, Jillian.
Hi, Julian. Nice to meet you. Go first. You're poised,
Actually,
ready to go.
Oh, no problem at all. Yeah, so I'm here from Wattpad. We are a tech app. We're based in Toronto, and we let users join our app, and they can write and share stories with people around the world. We have over 70 million users that have joined our platform, and most of them are under the age of 30. They've written over 500 million stories on our site, and that's anything from sharing a short poem and someone. Yeah.
How many people on the platform?
70 million.
How many
What's that?
When did you start this?
It's been around for about 10 years. I've been with the company for 6 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do they share their stories? Is that there on the?
Yeah, so this is the app, and people can write their own story, comments on anything that you're reading, so people can see how their readers are responding as they write.
They design their covers as well.
Yeah, they're very talented. There's a lot of young people today can do so much online with different cover designer apps and Instagram editing.
So you cut out all the publishers.
Yeah, storytelling. I think it's fantastic to see the diversity of
It's
different
amazing.
stories.
Those are real life stories, right?
Yeah.
It's not fiction, it's not made up. It's this is.
So we are well 1,000 clients, not quite 70 million, but and we are on a mission to make investing affordable, accessible, and most importantly human to everyone, regardless of how much. In 10 minutes, you can open up any type of investing account, and we will put you in a globally diversified investment portfolio. So for new parents like yourselves, you can consider opening up a junior investing account with Wealthsimple and start saving for your little one.
So smart, and it looks very user-friendly as well.
It's super user-friendly. The whole idea is to be very transparent, so you can see what you want. We also have a magazine with a lot of educational material.
Great.
There's a lot of incentive to kind of grow that before.
And the general feedback that you got from this?
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah, in the UK, we're actually ahead of the Canadian growth curve. People really like the app. I think finance has traditionally been quite closed off. People think that you have to have a certain amount of money before you can start investing, or a certain amount of knowledge, whereas us, you can start with £1. You know, do things a bit differently and break down like complicated financial terms. And yeah, so that's why we produce a magazine so that people, you know how to get started.
Experience from Vancouver over to London. Didn't know which routes were safe or not, but used a navigation app quite frequently, which took me through an alleyway in one particular experience where 2 kitchen staff on break actually made sexual threats. Was able to get out of the situation. So their information is not only there to serve the people who need to walk safely, but also how that can actually be instrumental in creating safer public spaces for everyone.
Very smart.
Where's the information from?
So it kind of works similar 2 ways. So we have a partnership with the Met Police. We have a 24-hour feed that comes in, kind of like the traffic congestion, but with your route plan. And we give people prompts so they can become a lot more style. They're paying a lot more attention, and they can see. Don't touch it. It's not. I think you could.
Sophia, you're getting expert by the year.
Watch your hand. Okay. Sticky.
Okay. So, okay, does everyone want to take one big step back?
Okay, everyone step back.
Okay. One more step back.
One more step back.
You guys are listening well today. Awesome.
Yeah, so there.
Oh my goodness, everybody. Hi guys.
Hi, how are you? Paul is the first secretary in our commercial group.
So we have about 30 students and children of high commission staff here, and they've been practicing the art of maple coffee making, which is a springtime tradition in Canada, and they're very excited to show you what they've been up to. Hi everybody.
Guys, go for it. These ones are wanted. Show them. You gotta get in there.
Yeah, handy if these 2 kids could work to me.
This is a great way to start the day. The greatest way.
Can someone pass me a popsicle stick?
Okay.
The double.
With the briefcase and all that.
Yeah, right? It's amazing.
It's a big thing for when you go skiing too.
Exactly.
Take a break.
Right?
Of course, like he's fun.
Yeah. Wow. Not what I thought you were I know, I think maybe it needs to be cool to them and then we'll set.
These ones have been here for a little longer. Those might work.
Hey, look at this. Whoa.
Oh, watch it. Very special.
I think that's okay. I wish I had more.
You don't think I found some snow? How many of these have you guys used so far today?
We're all over the
Probably you guys. Probably you guys. Yeah. Really? Shocker. Okay. Shrek's Adventure.
Can someone pass a napkin?
Are you an expert now?
Well, I don't want to get wrong.
I see. That's an aggressive stance, dude. It's pretty impressive. Good on you.
I'm full.
What does it taste like?
You're full. Sugar.
You want down that in?
I would take 5. I've had 4. It's actually true. Maybe 3. So they would at this time of year. Thank you. Ready? Good. You're well seasoned.
You guys, everyone in? You guys inside? Everyone look at the moment funny. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you guys. Don't do too much.
Thank you.
Du Commonwealth. Thank you, all of you, for joining us today. 2019 marks the 70th anniversary of the Commonwealth.
Canada is very proud to have been a founding member of the Commonwealth and to have had Canadian Arnold Smith as the first Secretary General. We remain strongly committed to the Commonwealth, its future and its values, including democracy, diversity, human rights, and the rule of law. One of the great strengths of the Commonwealth is youth. Over 60% of Commonwealth citizens are under the age of 30. Le Canada et le Commonwealth partagent l'avis que les jeunes sont des atouts pour le développement d'un pays et que les encourager est un investissement précieux, maintenant et pour l'avenir. Canada shares the Commonwealth's view that young people are assets to a country's development, and empowering them is a valuable investment now and for the future. As Canada's representative here in London, I have had the honor to meet outstanding young people from right across the Commonwealth. Last year, I met terrific youth delegates at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, as well as the Queen's Young Leaders, who collectively form an impressive network of 240 young leaders from across 53 Commonwealth countries. Through their achievements, they're transforming their communities, whether by tackling climate change, countering discrimination in all of its forms, advancing women's rights, creating opportunity for marginalized segments of society, or developing innovative technologies. Canada is proud to have supported the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Trust, which has created this lasting legacy. The theme for this year's Commonwealth Day is a connected Commonwealth, a very appropriate theme. The Commonwealth is a family. It's a large and diverse family, but we are connected. We're connected by our shared values, like the importance of empowering youth. We're connected physically by our shared natural environments, like our oceans, which we have agreed to work together to protect. And we are connected by our shared belief in connection itself, that we must continue to reach out to each other, to exchange, to share, and to collaborate. And in the spirit of today's theme, I hope some of you have made some new connections here at Canada House today. Canada is working domestically to support the renewal of the Commonwealth through its youth, by supporting student scholarships and through annual activities such as the National Student Commonwealth Forum's Model Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Ottawa, to celebrate and cultivate passion for the Commonwealth amongst the next generation. Canada is pleased to work collaboratively with a range of other great Commonwealth organizations. One example is the Commonwealth of Learning, which is located in Burnaby, British Columbia, and we will be hosting the Commonwealth of Learning here at Canada House tomorrow. The Commonwealth of Learning uses their efforts using the tool of distance learning to counter the devastating effects of early and forced child marriage. And using these tools, they are paving a path of hope for some of the 8.8 million Commonwealth women who are married as young children every year. Empowering women, especially young women and girls, is key to the future of our Commonwealth. We simply cannot afford to leave half of the world's population behind. And I know that's a belief that we share very much with our guests, their Royal Highnesses. We are all so grateful that both the Duke and the Duchess have shown a strong commitment to the youth of the Commonwealth. We are so fortunate to have two such dynamic ambassadors to help represent and advance the interests of our youth. We look forward to working with them in their Commonwealth roles. His Royal Highness the Duke as the Queen's Commonwealth Youth Ambassador, and Her Royal Highness the Duchess as the patron of the Association of Commonwealth Universities, and in your new role as the Vice President of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust. For Canada, championing and empowering young people is a key priority of the government. Prime Minister Trudeau is personally committed as the Youth Minister, and through his Youth Council, he hears directly from young Canadians about what matters to them and to all Canadians. Today, more than ever, there's an appreciation of the wealth of talent, creativity, and determination that young people can contribute to addressing global and domestic issues. And that was certainly very clear to us as we walked through the rooms of Canada House today and met such a diverse gathering of young Canadians who were able to show their unique talents and gifts to their Royal Highnesses and to us as we toured. The young artists, designers, entrepreneurs, professionals, and researchers are fantastic examples of the vast and the deep pool of Canadian talent that Canada has to offer. And in an unpredictable world, meeting young people who are already doing so much to improve our world inspires me with hope for a better future. Now a message to the young Canadians who have joined us today, if I could. I hope you will take inspiration from today's events and from your participation in this event here this morning at Canada House. Don't be afraid to aim high. Have big dreams. And always remember that while you might be living outside of Canada for just a short time now, you can work for Canada from anywhere. And so I'm counting on you to be able to share your knowledge about Canada, the values that you express as a Canadian, wherever you are in the world. You are fellow ambassadors. To our special guests, their Royal Highnesses, the Duke and the Duchess of Sussex, we trust that your visit here to Canada House today has served as a reminder of happy times spent in Canada. We do kind of claim you as part of Canadian, your Royal Highness. And we do celebrate the fact that one of your first outings as a couple was at the Invictus Games in Canada. So we do kind of claim them. It's been a great pleasure to introduce you to this incredible group of young Canadians and to offer you a taste, literally, in the cabana soup of Canada. And should you ever want a little bit more of a taste of Canada here in London, please know that you are always very welcome here at Canada House. I'd also like to offer sincere thanks to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for their visit to Canada House today. As a result of their visit today, we've been reminded of the power of youth to affect change and to make a difference in the world. And we're also reminded of the Commonwealth's rich and diverse family of nations connected by those shared values, by friendships and goodwill. I wish everyone a very happy Commonwealth Day. Thank you very much. Selection here. This is a very cute one. Yes. All organic. They're cute. And these are Manitoba mukbang, which are owned for Indigenous. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. That's very thoughtful. And we hope that the young ones.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Great. So we hope you've enjoyed your stay.
Yes.
We hope you'll come back again. All the day. That's almost sounding music, actually. Yeah, exactly.
Ha ha ha.